Hi, my name's Lofty, and I bounty hunt other players in Star Citizen. I was hunting a Corsair over Daymar, close to the orbital laser platform. The target was busy fighting the NPC defense ships, so I decided to use the Razor's scatterguns to try and shoot open the cargo ramp door while they were fighting. My plan was simple, if not a little insane. Use my Razor's scatterguns to blast open the cargo ramp and then land my ship inside the Corsair mid-fight. Now, I've tried this with many different ships, many different times, and it usually ends with me becoming a very expensive firework display. And I almost wrecked the ship, but I was determined, so I tried again. I was in. Now there was only one thing left to do.
Hello, mate. It's unfortunate, but you're a dead man.
So yeah, welcome to this series of PvP bounty hunting videos where I attempt to hunt my targets on foot, the way Cloud Imperium intended. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. We're just about to hit 3,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who's subbed recently. I really appreciate you all. Anyway, I escaped in my Razor, and it was on to the next contract. Next up, I tracked a constellation to outside of the asteroid belt in yellow. The guy was busy looting a Corsair he'd presumably just killed, so I pulled my ship alongside and went into EVA. Now, pro tip for you, a lot of doors in Star Citizen can just be shot open. It's a handy feature, though I'm pretty sure the designers didn't really intend for it to just be a key replacement service. But anyway, I blasted my way inside, and they had some cargo in the hold. Moving through the ship, I found the target just chilling in the cockpit with his friend, totally oblivious. The target, I mean, he didn't even have a helmet on, which is, you know, it's a bit of a fashion faux pas when there's a bounty hunter lurking around, isn't it? I took him down in one shot before his friend could even react, and since the friend wasn't my target, I decided to be a gentleman and just left him to contemplate his life choices. So we're back at Grimhex now, and the old reliable elevator strategy never seems to fail. And this time I had some backup from a fellow bounty hunter from the Bounty Hunters Guild. The target just seemed blissfully unaware of their impending doom, and once the doors opened we both shouted, "Stop police!" and we gave him a fair amount of time to surrender. I didn't get the payout for this one, but I'm always more than happy to share with my fellow bounty hunters. So, you know, I guess at this point, I just keep saying it. It's a public service announcement. If you're a criminal in Grimhex and you step into an elevator and someone shouts, "Stop police, get on the floor," then it's your own fault if you don't stop immediately and get on the floor, right? As you've just seen, you know? I was back off to Daymar now, with another target attacking a security post on the surface and killing the poor bureaucrats. I landed some distance from the facility, so the defensive turrets didn't immediately just turn me into paper. Approaching the bunker, I could see that a C1 was kind of landed near the entrance, no landing gear down. Running over, I was able to open the cargo ramp door. I figured that the ship had just been soft deathed by the bunker defences, but the pilot just seems to be sat in there, wondering where it all went wrong. Moving into the cockpit, I found him.
Hello, mate. I'm very sorry, but you're a bounty hunting target. You know what that means, right? You're not even going to look at me. Are you not even going to look me in the eye before I send you to prison?
With another target eliminated, I did a cool guy cinematic walk out the back of the ship. So I was back at Grim Hex tracking another target on foot. The guy seemed quite erratic, and he kept following me around the station. Hello, sir. Are you okay, sir? You seem to be following me around quite a bit. Anyway, I thought if he was going to keep following me, then I might as well make the best of it, you know? And I have to stress here, look, he followed me into this elevator, okay? He should have been more aware of the risks. Maybe he wanted it to be this way. Maybe he had a desire to help me earn 150,000 credits. Who knows? Anyway, I tried my best to take him down, but sniper rifles just aren't the best tool for close quarters arrests. But I did what I could, okay? Anyway, after subduing the target and running out of ammo, I foolishly pressed the elevator button, which seemed to clip the target through the floor, so I had no chance of completing the bounty. He still went to prison, but I didn't get paid. The same thing happened later on with this naked man, and it now seems that eliminating someone in the elevator itself will just glitch the target out, you won't be able to kill them, they'll phase through the floor, and if you move, it just instances you into another hangar. It also seems that you can actually still get into other players' hangars even without them being there, but again, if you take them out of the elevator, it'll just glitch them through the floor as soon as the doors close, so you have to just take them out in the hangar. See, even with me being in the hangar here, because the target didn't leave the elevator, as soon as the doors close, the hangar becomes either my hangar or just an abandoned hangar, and he moves to his own hangar or somewhere else. So I get back to the hangar, and my next target I take off the board is literally stood right here. And what it seems now, like I've just said, is that you need to get actually into the hangar with them to take them out and for it to count. So that's what I did here. Again, I'm not particularly a fan of just doing this. I find it's a lot more fun when the target's out and about doing something, but if this is what the intended gameplay is, then this is what the intended gameplay is. It's been like this now for 6 months, so... And again, one of the main problems, in my opinion, is the armistice zones, and the criminals just end up here. I just keep taking contracts and people end up being at Grim. So it's obviously going to take them a while to come up with a long-term solution, but I think a short-term solution would be just give criminals a timer in Grim. You can't hand yourself in, you have to leave the station within 30 minutes, and there's an armistice zone around the entire station that no one can shoot or do anything, even in the hangars, so you can get out and do something criminal before you get sent to prison. That's just my opinion. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Heading out once again to Daymar, my target was on a Polaris, overlooking an event location. I decided to get close to the Razor to see what was going on, and before I could even decide to do anything, he shredded me with the Polaris turrets. Undeterred and with the kind of tenacity that only comes from repeated failure, I went back, waiting until he wasn't manning the turret, and I attempted to land on the top of the ship.
Landing gear down. Landing successful. Launch sequence complete.
I'd managed to make it down and out of the Razor just in time while he was distracted, and I ran towards the opposite side and into some kind of blind spot, hoping that he wouldn't see me with the turret. Unfortunately, he saw the Razor, and my plan now was to try and break in through the hangar door. Now, as I've said, most hangar and cargo doors can be opened if they take enough damage, and I wasn't sure how much this hangar door would take, but he moved the ship upwards slightly, which just clipped me through the floor and into the hangar itself. Now, I'm inside the ship, with every chance in the world to take this world down, and I was going to move towards the bridge. What was I going to do? Just leave? Just say, sorry sir, I've accidentally made it onto your ship, I'll just leave now? No. The target was still in the turret, so I had no way of getting to him if he was still in there. So my plan was to run to the bridge and hit the self-destruct. I was trying to be quite sneaky at this point because you can actually hear doors opening and footsteps and stuff like that if you're in a turret and things, so I didn't want to spook him and make him come down too early. I wanted to get that self-destruct, because even if I hit the self-destruct and I don't get the bounty, it still makes for a, you know, an epic ending, doesn't it?
Welcome to Robin Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
The ambush plan worked like an absolute charm, and with the self-destruct blaring away, the target panicked, exited the turret, and ran straight downstairs into my ambush. Taking them down and collecting my cash, I made a frantic sprint for an exit. But this time, I was too slow, and the entire thing went up around me. So I may not have made it out alive, but at least I got paid, and at least I took that guy down from the inside and blew his massive ship up. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Like I say, thank you very much to almost 3,000 subscribers. You guys really mean a lot to me. More of this kind of content on the way, so see you in the next one.